Monday, May 8th, 2023. I've got my 3 free best bets for you. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with DYF Bets, another sports betting video with you where I break down some of my favorite picks of the day and we try to make money and beat the books together. You can see our record right here from how we did in our last video on Friday. We went 1-2 on the day. We did win on the Suns spread, but we did lose on the Reds on the money line and the Dodgers nerfy. They did score a run in the first inning there, so we did lose on that nerfy parlay. So you can see our record right here, 1-2 on the day, but overall still over 500. That's what we're looking for. We're now 500 in the NBA as well, so glad to see that. MLB, we still have a positive record. Last week was a tough week for me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like it was tough, especially in the Telegram, but we bounced back big on Sunday, including going 4-0 in the NBA on Sunday in terms of call-outs. So listen, I need to see y'all in that group so this way we can make that money together. And what I need you to do, please, is like, comment, and subscribe on this video for me. Just do one of the three. Like it, subscribe to it, share it with somebody, all right? And there's somebody that you know who likes the sports bet, who wants to make some extra cash and money, and I want to help you all do that. So let's dive into our best bets of the day, and let's go. For the first best bet of the day, I'm going to a player prop in the NBA, and I'm taking Julius Randle over 8.5 rebounds. The best odds that I've seen this one at is -101 on Caesar, so basically you can get this almost at double your money price plus value here. He's gone over this total in both games that he's played so far in this series, including getting 14 rebounds last game and 12 rebounds the game before that, so I like to see that. And truthfully, this is a must-win game for the Knicks. Now, do I think that they lose this game? I'm really still on the fence about, what side I'm going to take. But the Knicks, they know the pressure is on here. They can't go back to the Garden down 3-1. It's an uphill battle for them from there. So it's going to be really tough. So because of that, I expect the Knicks to really lock in today. And if they're going to lock in, that means it has to be on the defensive end. This Knicks team is not really going to beat a whole lot of teams, especially the Heat, by outscoring them. So because of that, I really see a defensive battle in this one. And I really think that with Julius Randle struggling with his shot, it means that he's going to have to find other creative ways to score, which means he needs to get around the rim, bang a little bit down low, earn some trips to the free throw line. So he might get a few putbacks, a few offensive rebounds. He's going to get near the rim. Like I said, a defensive battle. We do have a low total in this one, about 206 or so. So because of that, I really think it sets it up well for Julius Randle to be able to get these rebounds. And then also during the regular season, the Knicks were third in the NBA in terms of rebounds per game. So I like to see that. Because Julius Randle is playing a lot of minutes, it's going to be a defensive battle. It's going to be intense. The Knicks know this is a must-win game. I expect Julius Randle to show up. His scoring hasn't been showing up. So if his scoring isn't there, I know the effort and hustle has to be there from a defensive side around the rim. So I believe his rebounds is a great look and a great angle, and that's my first best bet of the day. Another bet that you could look at, I was going to put it out, but I stayed off of it just because, like I said, I think it's going to be a defensive battle. So I might take it a little bit later, be in the Telegram to check it out and to see if I still call it out as one of my official plays. But the Heat first half over 53.5 points is another bonus pick that I'm looking at as well. I think that total is just a little bit too low. They've gone over that total in every playoff game except for 2, including the Bucks series. They've gone over that total in every game this series except for 1. So, they are scoring the ball on offense, believe it or not, and their totals have been a little bit lower. So because of that, I've been finding some great value in terms of taking some of their team totals over, and I did it last game in the first half, and I like it again in this one. But because I think it's going to be a defensive matchup, I might want to see how both teams come out first before I grab that one. But I think Julius Randle over 8.5 rebounds is really good for the value that we're getting on it. For the second best bet of the day, we're going to go over to the MLB, and we're going to take a no-run first inning, right? We're going to go for a nerfy. We're trying to make money real quickly here in 15 minutes or so. And for the first nerfy of the day that I'm looking at, I'm going to go with the White Sox and Royals at -110. So you're getting this one at really good value for a no-run first inning. And the reason why I'm taking this one is because of who's on the mound. So for the White Sox, we have Dylan Cease. Their ace is on the mound. He's 4 for his last 5 in terms of nerfies. And in his 7 starts this year, he's gone scoreless in 6 of them. So that's what I really like to see. I am a little bit concerned with the fact that he does give up sharp contact. The Royals have been hitting the ball a lot better lately and have been hitting the ball hard. So because of that, you might want to look out for Salvador Perez to maybe hit 1 home run or so. But I think Dylan Dylan Cease can give us 3 outs here in the first inning. So I'm not really worried about the power so much in the first inning as I am more about the full game. And on the other side for the Royals, we have Zach Greinke, and he's 5 for 7 on the Nerfies this year on games that he started. Now, you might be wondering why I'm taking Zach Greinke here, because he's not really the best of pitchers of what he used to be. But listen, Zach Greinke at home is a different type of beast. He's a different type of animal. He locks in at home. He pitches really well. Even in his last start, he went 5 shutout innings at home. I don't know what the big difference between the home mound and his away mound, his home bed, then his away bed, I don't know. But he pitches really well at home, so I'm going to ride that trend today in terms of going with the Nerfy, with the White Sox and the Royals. And like I said, we're getting really good value here at -110. If you want to look at a few other Nerfies, you can look at the Miami game and the D-backs, and also the Rays and Orioles as 2 other Nerfies that I really like as well. I'm not as good a value on those, but you do have Zach Gallen on the mound for the D-backs, so you know I'm always going to kind of ride with him on that one. And then the Orioles and the Rays, they sent Shane McClanahan and Kyle Gibson, 2 very strong pitchers, to the mound as well. The Rays have been scoring some runs in the first inning, so that's the only thing that kept that from me putting that out as my best bet. But I do believe that Nerfy has a strong chance of hitting as well. And in my final best bet of the day, we're going to go to a 2-team money line parlay. And I've got the Guardians in the first half, so the first 5 innings money line for the Guardians. I've got the full game for the D-backs on the money line. If you parlay those 2, you get about +122 in that 2-team steamer. Now, if we go to that first game first between the Guardians and the Tigers, we got Tanner Bibby on the mound for the Guardians, and he takes on Joey Wentz for the Tigers. Now, if you've been tapped into the show, you know that we faded Wentz a few times here in the past, and rightfully so. He's 0 for 3 on the year with a 6.67 ERA, and he's just inconsistent. I'm not going to lie to you. He has one game where he'll give up 5 runs, and you have one game where he'll give up 1. You have another game where he'll give up 5 runs, and you have one game where he gives up 2. So it's just that volatility, that fluctuation is very hard to back as a handicapper. And really on the other side, Bibby has been pretty decent. In 11 innings so far this year in 2 starts, he's only given up 3 earned runs. He has a 2.45 ERA. He has 13 strikeouts, so that means he's missing bats. He has no walks. I love to see that, so no free base runners. And he only has 1 home run given up. So that means that he's not giving up a whole lot of sharp contact. So because of that, I really like the fact that Bibby has been strong. Wentz has been inconsistent. Because of that, I'm really just going to go with the Guardians in the first half on this one. The reason why I'm not doing the full game is because the Guardians did use their bullpen pretty deep over the last few days or so. So I don't know how much support we can trust from the bullpen. I know Class A is not probably going to pitch in this matchup because he pitched the last 2 days or so. So we should get a few runs early, and I think the Guardians in the first half is the best way to take this one. Or in the second game of the 2-team steamer, we've got the D-backs are facing against the Miami Marlins, and like I mentioned with the Nerfy, the D-backs are sending Zach Gallen to the mound, and you guys know I love to back the ace for the D-backs. He's always sharp. He's always locked in. He's 4-1 on the year with a 2.63 ERA, and his only loss of the year actually came last game to the Rangers, which I mentioned there's a very strong offense, and he went 5 innings in that game, gave up 3 earned runs, but they did lose that game 6-4, so they didn't get the run support that he needed. But 3 earned runs to one of the top teams in baseball on an offensive standpoint, that's still pretty impressive for an ace like Zach Gallen. And the Marlins, they're sending Braxton Garrett to the mound, and truthfully, you know, that's not the guy that you want to face off against Zach Gallen. He's 1-1 on the year with a 5.81 ERA. Now, I will say his numbers are a little skewed from an ERA standpoint. Well, because of last game in which he gave up 11 earned runs in just 4 innings to the Braves. He got absolutely killed in that matchup, so that kind of makes his ERA number a little deceiving because it's a little bit skewed because of that really bad outlier start. He hasn't been that terrible throughout the year, but it's also, again, he's facing Zach Gallen. And one thing that I also noticed is when he got killed by the Braves in his last matchup, that was the second time he was facing the Braves. And guess what? This is going to be the second time he's facing the D-backs. He faced the D-backs back on April 15th when he went 5 2/3 innings. He only gave up 1 earned run, and that was a 3-2 victory for the Marlins in that matchup. But then, like I mentioned, this is his second time facing the D-backs. So because of that, I feel like the D-backs have faced him before. They've got some film on him. They can scout him out a little bit better, so they should be more prepared. And the pitcher that you should be more prepared prepared for is Zach Gallen, not Braxton Garrett. I believe the D-backs can exploit that today. So give me the D-backs on the money line, parlaying that with the Guardians first half money line, plus about 120 odds on that two-team steamer there. And like I said, we're going to cash in on this one, double our money, and we're going to sweep the board. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Hopefully we can sweep the board today. We can get back on track, get the week started off right. It was a tough week last week, especially for baseball handicappers. A lot of underdogs won, but it's okay because we're going to bounce back today. We've got two great NBA matchups, both in the Knicks and the Heat and the Warriors and the Lakers, so I'm really excited for that. So to catch all my live games and my other NBA pick, be sure to join the Telegram. Link is below, and I can't wait to see you all make money. And as always, dictate your fate, and let's get to that bad today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go.